Man, I don't know what happened in the last street. I don't know what happened. See what happens when you speak truth. YouTube, it's not else like YouTube, but I tell you the truth. Anyway, top of the day to everybody, top of the evening, top of the morning, top of the night, wherever you are. Crypto's a solo sport. Never forget that. Never forget that, please. Never forget that. You are left to make your own decisions as a person. Hopefully, you have enough information to collect your data, compile your thoughts, put it together, and then pull the trigger, make a decision. Regardless, it's still left up to you. Regardless of whatever you want to hear, opinions of others, whatever. When it's all said and done, you're left with your own mind to make the decision that works for you. Everyone's not going to agree with what you do. Everyone's not going to agree with what you invest in. It doesn't matter. They say, well, what do they call this? A free market. You can pick and choose whatever you like in crypto at whatever time. It's 24/7. Get as far as like this community, if you just like other things, that's what who can stop you. Just hopefully you do the right thing by yourself and know how to protect what you have. And once you understand the value proposition of what you have and what you own, you know how to secure it, you know how to, make it work for you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, man. I'm back, man. My phone rug pulled. My phone, man, it just because I'm outdoors and this is wick whack. It's I'm not gonna say exactly what happened because it is what it is. But yeah, it's what it is. But crypto's a solo sport, man. Crypto's a solo sport. People are just I don't know, man. They want to be a part of the popularity club, or they want to be part down with the cool kids. They want attention. You know, they want to be accepted. Yo, that's all good and dandy, but that's not. You need to accept your money and respect your money. Respect how you're making this money. Respect that. That's what pays the bills. Not who likes me or who doesn't like me. None of that. None of that pays the bills. None of that matters. When the bill collectors come knocking on the doors, they're not gonna worry about, oh no, I'm part of this community right here and they like me. Where's the money? Where's the money? I don't care who likes you. Where's the money? You can't write on the check, oh they like me. I'm part of the cool kids in this crypto community. Could you cash that? No. You out of here. You out of here. You know? I don't I understand that there's a there's a need to have certain people that are die hard. I get it. You know, it sort of like kind of like in a weird way lends credibility to whatever they die hard about. Like in Hex, okay, you got some diehards. Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Just like in sports, you have diehard supporters and fans. It's not wrong with that. It's just the best. One of the a great lesson to learn is if the founder was so diehard about Bitcoin, we wouldn't be here today waiting for Pulse Chain to launch. If he was so die hard about Bitcoin. So this is why, I say to myself, okay, look what he's doing. And even before that, I understood the disadvantage of being so close-minded and narrow-minded. I understood what the disadvantages were. And then when you see him do that, it's like, yo, but you got people, again, in Hex, I've seen it within the last 18 months, that they're not very supportive of other people experiencing 10,000x gains. They're not supportive of it. They're not. You could see it by the way they espouse information and how they share and whatever they tweet, and they just give themselves away, and you got to be able to pick up on it. They're not going to tell you directly. You just got to read and listen to what's not being said, you know. And like I said before I got my phone rug pulled on me, you know, Pulse Chain and PulseX. I've seen them even say that just because Pulse Chain and PulseX is going to be a thing doesn't mean that Hex won't outperform them. Even still, like they don't. It's I don't know what that is. It's like, again, it just feels like they don't want everybody to experience 10,000 plus X gains or more, like what Hex did in 623 days. That to me is, you got folks around that's like that, and you know what? Who cares? Because these blockchains are gonna do what they're gonna do, regardless. These things are gonna work and operate and do what it's supposed to do. Well, you think Pulse Chain is being created? You think Pulse X is being created for a 50x? 100x? When Ethereum made what, 14,000 in a few years? Bitcoin millions and millions of X's in less than 15 years. And he's coming out with a blockchain superior to Ethereum. And people are like, oh, you know, and the conversation becomes strained a little bit, because now it's not always all about one thing, because the founder's coming out with Pulse Chain and Pulse X and been talking about, a wallet that needs to come out with a wallet, and maybe even onboard, like a onboard fiat, onboard system, something. So what are we saying? It's not just one thing anymore. And now we have, derivatives that are supporting Hex, and people still don't like that because they think that's taken away from it. I just don't know, man. That's why whatever you decide to do as a crypto participant, enthusiast, investor, whatever, even founder, it's your choice, and you should be good with it. You should be good with whatever you decide to do. I could talk about things till I'm blue in the face, but that's me. It doesn't mean that's something that other people should do. It's about education, about learning. It's about understanding what the information is available and what's out here, and making it work and respecting other people's decisions. I'm not here to be sort of like Captain Save-A-Hole. I can't save people from wrecking themselves. I learned that the hard way. I learned that by trying to talk about, oh, scam, why you do this, why you listen to janky promoters. I was talking that talk years ago, to ultimately learn that people just simply don't care. And they're going to do what they're going to do regardless, because it's a solo sport. So even now, if Richard wants to save people, let him do that. Let that be his goal, his feat. Let that be what he wants to do. I respect him because he created something that changed the lives of many people. And it's changing the way we even operate in crypto, or at least reinforcing what it's really supposed to be. Let that be his fight. Because I know when I'm on the ground talking to people about this hex stuff, it becomes so confusing for them, and I don't blame them because the most that they know about is some Doge, or first of all, they know about Bitcoin, and then there'll be some Doge, and those things are, believe it or not, because we've been in this space, is we can understand it, but those people, it's complicated for them. It's too complicated. They barely understand what a blockchain is. They barely understand what the difference of wallets are, what different wallets exist, and things of that nature, centralized, decentralized exchanges, and all. The learning curve is steep for these people, man. Out here, regular people. That's been what I've been collecting, what I've been picking up this whole entire time. This whole entire time. And you talking about saving people. You can't save everybody. Some people are just stuck at geometry. They're not trying to go to algebra. They're not trying to go to trigonometry. They're not trying to go to calculus. You're talking about levels. There's something so deep in this crypto game right now. There's levels to this, man. There's levels to this. Hex is not just ground zero, level one. Not even Hex. Hex isn't that. You got to go through steps and measures to go and understand what Hex is and how to use it. Now they have this thing with Simplex where you could use, you know, some type of credit card and basically purchase it direct. But then where are you going to keep the Hex? You got to get a MetaMask wallet. People are like, what's that? What is that? What's MetaMask? Facebook? This is what I was told. This is what I was told. So you have to continuously educate people and work hard and put the energy out there and then find out what the feedback is from the pulse of the people for real. And then come back and see, oh snap, this is different here. This is something else. And not everybody's gonna take to this information. And you know what? Whose fault is that gonna be? Not yours. Not yours. Whose fault is that gonna be? Shout out, good people. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Crystal London, glad to have you. This is not something that you can really strike a regular conversation and hold their attention. You've asked people, I've seen even RH in streams and interviews, try to give like a 30-second pitch, for example. It might not be 30-second, or, oh, you got, a minute left. What can you tell your audience? And he tries to compile the information in the most simplest way, and he still goes over the time where they have to be like, okay, RH, we got to go now, and blah, 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 because it's that complex. It's not his fault. This is the information. This is the technology. This is where we at this point in our existence. So folks want to talk about, oh, on board, on board, on board. Yo, this is not something that's easy for people. This is like a lot of people, they just turned off by the technology. They turned off by certain things in apps. Just using a regular phone. Forget about crypto. Like it's a little bit more profound than what people say. It's easy to say stuff. It's easy to say, oh, we need to be talking about this, we need to be talking about that. Because a lot of people would even say too that Hex is down because folks decided to just keep talking about Pulse Chain and Pulse X, which is not out yet, right? And I take issue with that because I've been talking about Pulse X and Pulse X, and I've been talking about Hex Anonymous the whole time. So I take issue with people making criticisms like that, because my thing is this is where we are in this space. This is what's going on right now. This is how he was able to grab the attention, much more wider audience, by saying he's going to create a free airdrop when Pulse Chain launches, which is a fork of Ethereum, which is going to do what? Inevitably help Hex. It's going to help Hex anyway. It's not hurting Hex. What people decide to do on their own time, you have people who are criticizing folks who still selling their Hex. And it's a situation that's always going to happen. You're always going to have people who are just not happy about what they got going on, and they don't want to see you experience multiple X's of gains, and they don't want you to have more than what they have. And they want to take away from you what you have already that's so precious. Not you yourself, because you're the biggest blessings in your life. You as a person. I'm talking about the tools, these crypto tools that we have. They're trying to take these tools away from you at a fraction of a cost, if not for nothing, and leave you still scrambling, still struggling, still wondering when your opportunity is going to come around. And it's sad, but a lot of these guys, when they hear Richard give a favorable review, or not to say a review, I'm not going to say review, but basically give a thumbs up to a different project that he didn't create. Watch how some of these OG Hexicans talk. They're not going to give Richard the smoke. They're going to go within and go criticize the community, and even still criticize the project when the project met the criteria. No admin keys. The code is solid. Audited multiple times. Everything is a green light. Had his own people develop, scrutinize the code and study it, and the thing works. Person's in crypto. Person is in the community, not only in crypto but been in Hex. Listen to crypto. Listen to Richard, and created something because he saw that there was a need for something. Didn't see it being done, so he took upon himself to create it. Did it, and still doesn't get the support. But they won't give Richard that smoke. You understand? You understand? It just lets me believe and feel that folks don't want you to be successful as they are. I don't even think they want you to really be successful at all, because there's always going to be a need to point fingers somewhere and say, oh, see, they didn't listen. You see, this person did that. You see, that person did this. If everyone was doing well, you wouldn't be able to judge anybody who isn't doing well, because everyone's doing the same thing. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't do this for popularity. I don't do this to jump on, anybody's bandwagon or anything like that, because I got in crypto by myself. I got in crypto by myself in my journey over the years. And along the way, creating content and talking about my experiences and this and that, and sharing information and having, whatever ideas, and learning the whole time, learning. No one convinced me to do anything. I had to make the decision to click send. I had to make the decision to sell. I had to make the decision to buy on my lonesome, which is what everybody does. Which is what everybody does. And that is what it is. If people want to get into things that get them wrecked, that's on them. If people want to get into things that make them experience 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 X gains, that's on them. And everything else in between. How do we grow? How do we grow as a community? How does and then we want to talk about adoption. Adoption how? When there's so many people in the space that's salty in the community, they salty to see anybody else come up. They talk bad about derivatives of Hex, because I don't know why, but that's how it just feels like. They just don't want other people to experience the 10,000 X's. It's almost like they just want to be the lone class of people that got it, and then that's it. Let's forget about the world. How? And it's funny, there's a lot of people who were in Hex in the beginning who didn't even experience the 10,000 X because they sold early, and that's their right. That's their right to do that. It's no one's business. I don't go patronize any business out here, whether large or small, whether it's for a product or a service, and then show them and talk to them about my bank accounts, and they don't do that to me. So what is it anybody's business how things are spent? Oh, this one sold this and that and this and da da da. Why? Because the information is transparent and it's available, so on the blockchain, and people got nothing else better to do. And they want to break down those activities, trace those wallets. And what does that do for your value? What does that do for you right now? Can you that work all that chain analysis and blah blah blah? If it's to the technefarious things, I get it. But anything else is like, How's that making your numbers go up? Well, people have a right to do that, but then they'll criticize, oh, like you're not supposed to sell, like you're supposed to hold forever. Like they don't sell. And when some of the ones that tell you to hold forever be selling on the sneak tip, they sell. They got wallets on the sneak tip, and they sell. And who cares? Who cares? It's an individualized game. It's you and the blockchain. That's really what it is. Not you and 1,000 people. It's you and the blockchain. You wake up today, something going on, and you're like, oh, okay, this is what, look, I'm going to trade this. I'm going to swap this. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to sell this. Why should you be criticized for that? Hopefully you're doing something that it helps you out. Hopefully you're not getting hit with exorbitant fees. Hopefully you didn't make a mistake and lose your shirt. Ultimately, it's up to you. It's up to you. I don't, I'm not, again, I'm not here to save people. I'm here to talk to talk what's necessary, what's pure to me. You got a project that's out that's just basically helping Hex. And folks are like, oh, that's just something that's just gonna dump forever. Don't want to see others succeed. Don't want to see others succeed. And then if it succeeds, it helps Hex. When Hex goes up, it goes up. It's helping Hex, but they don't see how it's helping Hex. It's just like, oh no, it's not about Hex. It's the same people that tell you, oh no, don't focus on talking about Pulse Chain and Pulse X because it's not here. Just keep talking about Hex. That means when Pulse Chain and Pulse X comes, they still gonna not want you to talk about those things. They're gonna want you to keep talking about Hex. Yo, there's a whole world. There's this man, but you're not gonna talk and give him that criticism. You're not gonna give him that direct smoke and tell him, hey, oh, oh man, you creating Pulse Chain? Well, what about Hex? Oh, you creating Pulse X? Well, what about Hex? Oh, you creating a wallet maybe? Oh, what about Hex? No, they're not gonna say that because they know they'll look crazy. They'll look crazy. There's a lot of people out here telling you not only is just like greed, it's all about greed and temptation. I get that too. Like a lot of people, it just takes over, but it just becomes so greedy. All rationality goes out the window, but they just become extremely selfish too. Extremely selfish. Okay? They do not want to see others become successful or rich, much less richer than them. Okay? Because make no mistake, if everything is going to go the way it's supposed to go, when Pulse Chain launches, when Pulse Chain launches, and because it's a superior blockchain to Ethereum, and because everybody who sacrificed a Pulse Chain and Pulse X, throw Pulse X in that mix too. Let's say what the numbers are they say maybe like 45,000 sacrifice, 40,000 wallets sacrificed for. I'm gonna say wallets because it's not 40,000 whatever number. It's not individual people. People make multiple wallets. So let's 45,000 people sacrifice or wallet sacrifice for Pulse Chain. Maybe doubled. I don't know what the numbers are. I know they're higher in PulseX. So let's say 150,000 wallet sacrifice for these products right here. How many billions of people are there in the world? Do the math, people. We front ran so many people. It's like, but they wondering, oh, why are you not talking about Hex is in the mix? Hex is Hex is there. If it wasn't for Hex, Pulse Chain and PulseX wouldn't be worked on. Wouldn't be something that you got a red and blue team working on to try to attack the chain to see if it works or not. Testing, stress testing, whatever. So Hex is always involved. But because the price is low, people are blaming because derivatives are causing the price to be. It's beyond that. It's who cares? How about that? Who cares? It's who cares? It's crazy. Oh no, see, I didn't. Oh man, pothead, pothead try to. Yeah, they. I'm gonna try to see. I don't even know how to unblock this dude. I don't know how to unblock him. But tell him shout out. I didn't block him and I didn't put him on like to hide him or anything like that. I didn't do that. That's a supporter from day one, like you. That's not. He's not a troll. Just let him know for me, please. Like I didn't. I'm gonna look into it after I do the stream. I don't. Only people I block. I used to block people years ago, and then every now and then. But like, look, man, nobody got time. If there's something come up that's real crazy, then yeah, you're gonna be removed from the stream because nobody got time for the foolishness. Well, a person like him, I didn't block, man. I didn't block. But yeah, so this whole crypto thing, man. You got a project out here that they say did what over 15 plus X in the last 60 days. No, yeah, since June. Yeah, some even say like 19X, 20X, 21X in the Hex community. But if you talk about it, you're a leper, you're scarlet. Who cares? Talk about Hedron and what? Like what? That's oh no, don't know. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stunner was on the last live stream. And OG for real. In the Hex community. Him and I used to beef. I used to not, him and I, we weren't friendly in these crypto streets, but I've learned to respect him. I've learned to respect him because he has been there as long as I've been in this crypto space, man. And took it upon himself to not only be a Hexagon and go hard, but also took upon himself to teach the people and share his story and build his own community outside of Hex. And he gets no support, no love. Trevon is another one. Well, because of the whole Big Connect, blah blah blah, and token in this and that, and folks are just don't look at this man as a person who's been in this longer than most of the people out here now, who's also helped his own community. This man used to give away Bitcoin and Ethereum in his live streams back in 2017, and maybe a little bit of 18 when the bear market really hit, the ugly when it was really ugly. A lot of those streamers from back then are gone. These guys stuck around and are still in Hex, but they get no love. This one track mind, and then it makes me think other things too. It makes me think other things like, yo, y'all are crazy with it, man. That's why I'm not here to be friends and popularity and this, you know, cool in the gang and hold hands and shit. I'm not, no, man, because I'm a man of a certain age. People say that they could read people and do all this. You could pick up on body language and you're a good judge of character. Well, you're not the only one that's a good judge of character. Yay or nay. Yay or nay. I don't care whether they invest in like craziness or whatever. That I've understood them because we've known them over the years. And what's crazy? What's crazy to me might be great for them. So let them live. Let them live. And they're not doing bad. They're not doing bad at all. I actually admire them. They've actually given me a reason to say, oh wow, this is the proof that this thing is, because we all come from the bottom. We all come from the bottom and we don't even know each other directly. We know each other through the internet. And then there's a respect there that you can't put a price on that, man. Can't put a price on that. You can't put a price on that. Meta, day one too. Another one, day one, 2017. Went through all types of ups and down. It's still here, grinding, grinding for real. Still here. Then you got folks who come out of nowhere, nowhere. And I'm consistently saying, you're gonna see, folks. That's just those of you who stick around in this community, right? You're gonna see. Excuse the people in the background because they see I'm talking, so the audience. You're gonna see folks that just come out of nowhere all of a sudden, and then they start streaming, and overnight, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 sub, extra sub, and then voila, they want to introduce something to you to sell to you. It's happened already, and it's not going to stop. It's happened, and you look and you're like, oh shoot, okay, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Solo sport, solo sport. Y'all are happy about BitBoy Crypto. I don't know why. I don't know why y'all are happy that Richard Hart spoke to BitBoy Crypto. The dude is hot like fish grease. I wouldn't even like. I mean, I wouldn't even be in the same state with this, much less like do an interview with him. That's my opinion. That's not a win. Hell no. I don't care what his transgressions were. We all had a story. We all have a story. I don't care what his transgressions were in the past. Blah blah blah. Here we are today. Everything that you went through got us to where we are. Everything that we went through got us to where we are today. What are we doing now? And you see, help, help, help campaign. Yeah, you suing other YouTubers or another YouTuber suing another YouTuber. The lawsuit since start, but he's trying to sue another YouTuber who called him out on his nonsense. Who called him out on his nonsense? Everybody, people are not perfect. People are not perfect. Mm-mm. You're left with your own devices to do what you have to do and be good with it. Folks are like so hopeful, that are dealing with Hedron. They like, mad hard, like hardcore with it right now, man. Folks are even saying on stream, listen, they probably gonna sell some hex for Hedron. And the other guys are like, yo, you know what that's gonna, you're gonna be, yeah, outsider. You can't, for what? For what? Man, see an opportunity to do what are you gonna do? You let him do it, man. You want to invest in some butthole coin? Do that. That's you. C'est la vie. Can't save everybody, man. Can't save everybody, man. This thing when they talk about IQ, oh yeah, this will test your intelligence quotient, et cetera, et cetera. It definitely will, and it definitely does, man. Hex is not for everybody. Hex is not for everybody. You think Hex is complicated? Go look at some Hedron and Icosa. You think Hex is complicated? Go try to break that shit down with Icosa. And come on, son. You in advanced calculus. That's what you're doing. All this coefficient, all of that, man. Limit, all of that. It's not for everybody, and that's why we front ran the world. We're front running the world. So much stuff going on. So much stuff going on. But if you talk about it, now I'm talking about it. Don't pay my bills. know. Trace Comedy, welcome, man. Oh, no problem. No problem. Glad to have you. It's crazy. It's crazy. And all of this is doing what for us? It's giving us passive opportunities to make some money, man. Because the economics of the world is wrecked. That's why crypto exists. That's why I try to make this work. Because everything. Come on, man. Come on, man. Striving for improvement. That's all it is. Striving for improvement. What is this all for? What is this all for? What do you come when it's all said and done? This is about striving for betterment in all aspects. And in this case, it's starting with finances, improving the whole financial system, improving it. That's it. Whether you want to strive for perfection, I don't know how that's ever going to be, especially if we're imperfect. But we're striving for greatness, striving for better, striving for improvement, striving to resolve. That's all it is. Everyone is not going to be diamond hands. Everyone's not going to be just like, devout, just hardcore with it. They're not. And that's okay because that's what it is. That's how life is. That's how life is. Deal with it. Because I learned a long time ago when I was trying to be some so called scam buster that it was me trying to project my issues onto these devices and talk on YouTube. Like my own issues. Like, no, why are you not listening? Oh no, be careful. You should do this. Don't listen to these promoters. They just chilling and scamming you and all that. That was my shit. My inner turmoil with this whole thing. And I said, you know what? I'm letting this go because what is it doing for me? It's not increasing the value of my intangible wallets. It's not doing anything. People are still doing what they're doing. They're even more successful at scamming. So why am I gonna create an issue for myself and develop, ailments, stressed out? For what? Nah, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope. Because even at these levels, there's always bigger fish to fry. Even at these levels, there's always something of a greater magnitude and greater scale than what you're dealing with at the present, right now. Always. You're dealing with a problem, someone else got a bigger problem. That next person, someone else got a bigger problem than that person, and it goes up forever. So what are you gonna do? I'm not a crypto cape, crypto superman out, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, man. The math is there, the information is there, all of it is there for you to win. It's whether you're receptive to it, whether you want to read, whether you want to study it, whether you want to observe, whether you want to test it, experiment, whatever it is that you do, is your choice. Solo, you. You have a brain, you're using it, you're exercising it by yourself. It's not a community brain, it's your brain. It's not the community's life, it's your life. That's it. Folks, it's about that time. My phone did a rug pull on me, so that's a blessing. I'll leave you all with this. Just don't forget that even though now we're in the bear market and things are whatever they are, it's not as exciting for some people, and some people are even experiencing pain. It's through the pain that we grow. It's through adversity that we grow, that we develop, that we learn. We pick up the pieces and we move forward. We learn from what was done that could have been done better or not done at all, and we keep it moving. That's it. And we try to help somebody else do the same thing. If we all can help one person, we're doing a great job. If we all can help one person, I mean, we're doing more than great. And that's it. And at the same time, we're taking care of ourselves, taking care of our loved ones, taking care of what's important. Because money isn't everything, people. It's not. It sure helps, though, but it's not everything. Take care.